Hello, and thank you for tuning in. We are going to go ahead and I want to, I'm just closing the slide. Just want to share a little bit about each zodiac sign as we get ready for the last 2025 Mercury retrograde that begins on November 9th. And then it's on November 29th. Okay. So we're going to start with Aries and then we'll go from there. Right? And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I am just enjoying my time where I am, and both country and specifically in the country. Yeah, but I wanted to come on for this final Mercury retrograde in the year of the snake and just share a little bit about each zodiac sign. Okay, so again, thanks so much for tuning in, for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. Okay, so for Aries, this retrograde prompts you to focus on your shared emotions, finances, and relationships with others. The issue of a past financial matter, such as debt or joint investment, may resurface with a request for final closure. On the emotional side, it is time to have that hard conversation you have been putting off with a partner. Do not move forward, rather be attentive. In fact, by uncovering these truths, you will be able to establish a truth that is far stronger than any single victory is. You can transform your fear into courage and draw a new surprising depth from it. Okay? So Taurus. Okay, hello Taurus. So Taurus. Previous problems with partners or close friends may now be revisited. This process involves neither guilt nor shame, but rather gaining insights into one's habits and practices. What motivates you to select specific partners? What contracts do you have in your relationships? Okay? And so when it asks what contracts do you have, it's speaking to your Akashic records, contracts you are supposed to keep and nurture, contracts that you are supposed to let go because they are hardened or they have become that way. Okay. A past lover could show up, so there you go. Hinting not necessarily at rekindling the love, but to provide a lesson in achieving closure. As I like to say, the same pair of pants or shirt continues to show up until you learn the lesson. Okay? If you are a man, and you are heterosexual, the woman wears skirts generally between when we're talking about a masculine and a feminine, or a male and a female, I shouldn't say masculine and feminine. And so, yeah, so you will continue to date men, you will continue to date women who are teaching you lessons, okay, that you learned or that you were taught in a previous relationship. They'll keep showing up. Same thing for you ladies. Men wear the pants. And so they'll keep showing up, teaching you the same lesson about self-love, self-esteem, okay? Whatever that is that you need to learn until you get the lesson. Openness, continuing on to us. Openness is your sign even when it is difficult. The solidity you desire can be found within the atmosphere of raw truth that you will create in your relationships. Okay. So Gemini, retrograde strikes your sphere of everyday life and well-being. While you usually the most agile thinker around, you might now feel mentally less sharp and more apt to simplify the systems instead of refining them. Okay, whatever systems you have in place to now. Return to a project that you thought was completed. You may discover an important detail overlooked. Okay. also get it to reread the email before you send it out during the retrograde. That's for all of us. Misunderstandings will likely occur with coworkers, so it's best to review your instructions one more time. See, there you go. An old health issue may arise, suggesting that a deeper examination of its cause rather than just its symptoms is needed, it says. All right, so Cancer. The spotlight shines on your emotional side. This retrograde period is emotionally challenging for you, Cancer. A creative project you abandoned will be very likely calling for your attention again, bringing new inspiration with it. Or an ex might come back in, waking up feelings you thought were gone for good. It is not about going through the same old drama again, but rather recognizing the deep wound or the real passion that connection once was. Okay, and so if you recognize a deep compassion about a connection that once was, you don't have to hold on to the connection. You can cherish those memories and thank that individual for teaching you those lessons. You don't have to do that physically or verbally to them, but you can energetically thank them for the lessons that they taught you and move on. And again, it's for all of us. Okay. It's also, on still on Cancer, it's also the right time to go back to the fun of creating, just like little kids do, but just for yourself. I personally been in childlike wonderment energy and purposeful recently. For your heart, it is ready to heal a portion of its past. Okay. So Leo, Mercury retrograde is telling you to search into your heart and observe what is going on in your life privately and at home. Difficulties you had with relatives or your living arrangement need to be addressed. A talk with a talk with your mother or father, or perhaps a brother or sister, could clear away old misinterpretations. There may be a strong desire to revisit childhood memories and see how they have shaped you into the person you are today. It is also possible that you will face delays related to your investment decisions regarding your property. Okay? So, for those of you that listen to Tarot, you know that one of the ongoing stories, I really want to say one of the open karmic portals is the stealing of property. Okay, whatever type of property that happens to be, it could be a bank account or it could be a house. Okay, it could be a physical building, it could be an office building. Okay, so yeah, all right. So Leo, this is saying that there could be delays in regards to that. If that resonates with you, there's a home. All right, so Virgo, as Mercury's favorite child, you are particularly affected by its retrogrades. This one affects your thoughts and interactions. You're usually clear-minded, light, seen, full of old worries and thoughts. Be alert to what is coming up. Again, there is a seed of truth in that one to you. So you might be reminded of something from the past. Again, so you can pick up that lesson before you walk into another situation. Double check your emails and texts before hitting the send button, because there's a lot of misunderstanding. It is an incredibly powerful time to revisit a subject you once studied or a discussion with a sibling that ended unresolved. Do not overthink, but rethink. You are polishing your inner world by doing this. Okay. Next, we are on to Libra. Libra. This period invites you to rethink your standards and self-value. Libra. A long-lasting matter regarding money or a dilemma about what care about is revisited. Did you charge less than deserved for a past assignment? Is a thing you previously desired still of significance to you? That could also be a person. The matter is not solely monetary, but concerns your personal measure of self-worth. You may find yourself wanting to treat yourself to something important. Hold on and inquire if it aligns with your fundamental beliefs. So there's something about some type of moral decision in regards to your social life. Okay? Scorpio, it's your personal cosmic evaluation, Scorpio. With Mercury retrograde in your zodiac sign, you're interpreting your essence, your looks, and your presence in society. Past selves, and that says past selves, will emerge in your mind, showing you the distance you have traveled. So healing that you've done. Old dialogues replay in your mind, words of you that unrecognized sense of closure. You might even encounter past tendencies. Channel this powerful vibe into introspection rather than revealing new personas. Okay? So it's the act of healing from within rather than trying to simply change your outward appearance or how you appear to people or how you come across to others. Okay? By the end of the month, you will have shed your worn out skin and be ready for a new phase again. What do snakes do? Snakes shed skin. So, okay, you can take something from the Scorpio message there. This is the year of the snake. Sagittarius, Mercury wanders backwards through your innermost layers and exposes what has been concealed. This marks an era reminiscent of vivid dreams, whispers from the subconscious, and secrets revealed. You might want to seek solitude to deal with past feelings or the unhealed grief that is now coming to the surface. It is not a time for taking bold steps. Rather, it is a time for being silently reflective and gaining closure. A memory which was long forgotten may come to mind, aiding your comprehension of the current situation. Okay? So, Sagittarians, something from the past that you've dealt with, okay, sheds light on something that you're currently going through. Again, you've been through this situation in a relationship before, you met someone like this before, you've had this happen on your job before, you've dealt with that with a client before, something from the past you'll be able to draw on for your current situation. Have faith in this process and of letting something go. Okay? And Capricorn, your relationships are in the spotlight. Okay? Old mates might pop up again to make you think about the reasons for the sustainability of some friendships and a gradual disappearance of others. Community or group engagement may face obstacles that prompt you to revise plans made in the past, leading to more productive discussions. Be vigilant about what you share on social media, as this communication can escalate very fast. It is not about isolating people, but rather distinguishing which bonds are firmly established and which ones were simply a matter of convenience. Aquarius. The universe accentuates your work and public persona. Yeah, let the universe do that. Okay? Even you, Scorpio, let the universe, okay, accentuate your public persona. There may be a chance that a previously missed opportunity will come back to you, or that someone who used to supervise or work with you will reach out again. This is a window to wrap up unfinished business and reassess lasting goals. Is the direction you are taking now really the one that reflects your true self. I always constantly speak of becoming the highest, purest, truest self. That is what it's, does that, whatever choice that is, Aquarius or any one of us, does that choice reflect your true self? Okay? I remember when the WWJD was popular, what would Jesus do? That's what we really should be asking is, does this choice reflect our highest true self? And it was a situation, peer pressure and otherwise. Be prepared for potential misunderstanding with a superior. So make your message as clear and concise as possible again, especially during retrogrades. Don't resist the setbacks, instead allow them to sharpen your vision. Okay. Pisces. Okay. And let me see if there's anything else before Pisces. So Pisces, the backward motion of Mercury encourages you to think broadly, as it also demands you to go back to your ideologies, okay? And so we often hear, again, if you listen to psychics and I don't even like using those words, I really don't. If you listen to someone who is highly evolved, okay? Then you will often hear them talk about retrogrades and how these retrogrades are for revisiting and for closing out of chapters, okay? And the correcting, hopefully, and learning a lesson, which a lot of this speaks to. And so, retrogrades are just that, okay? Revisiting the past to close out old chapters or to see if you've learned your lesson, okay? So go ahead and finish up with Pisces. This backward motion of Mercury encourages you to think broadly, and it also demands that you go back to your ideologies. A certain personal belief that you once considered sacrosanct, probably next time, needs to be scrutinized again. You might get in touch with a former instructor or have a conversation with someone who can offer a fresh perspective on an old lesson. Be cautious with your travel plans, as delays are likely. There are a lot of delays happening, I guess primarily due to weather conditions. However, consider them a diversion that may lead to something significant. This is an excellent time to release a limiting belief that no longer serves your kind heart and spirit process. So Pisces, you are encouraged to specifically, okay, pay attention to the lessons that you've learned, okay, because there's something about, again, same old trick pony coming around again. Okay. Local time currently for synchronicity, as my nose itches, is 4:39, 4 through 9. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the roosters and all that in the background here with the view. Thank you so much as always. My name is Nehru. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, a light worker, and a descendant of Yeshua, born on the 333rd day of the year. Thank you so much as always for tuning in, and be encouraged.